and welcome back to another edition of The Scoop with Stuart
and Sherry
and
Lou.
We're so glad to welcome Lou in today to The Scoop. She is a longtime faithful viewer, and when she was over in Thailand living there, that was kind of one of the connections to our church, and now she's here with us today, so we just want to say hello, welcome, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. We're sharing a mic here, so it might be a little weird, but that's okay. We'll make it work. Yeah. So, but anyways, so we usually start out with just a little bit of chit chat about what's going on, and this is going to be more interesting than the weather or whatever.
The weather, yes. I was going to say, yeah.
But we mentioned that you were living in Thailand as you ministered with the Karen people.
Yes.
And you were still doing that, but you have relocated here to Carson.
Yes.
And I guess my first question for you is, and I'll pass this off to you, how is readjusting to living in the States again going?
Well, it depends on the day, really. It's definitely an adjustment. I'm telling people I haven't changed my vocation, but I have changed my location. Okay. And that change of location from Asia to my home country, America, where I haven't lived for 16 plus years, is a real adjustment. So, like I said, so it does really depend on kind of on the day. But the important thing is my relocation was really something I was quite sure needed to be done, and that kind of keeps the ship steady.
Right, and you have family here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
and so that helps, I think, a lot.
Of course. Yeah, it does. It does help a lot.
And our weather, well, speaking about weather, we never talk about, but it is, but it is the weather. The weather for you is a lot different.
Well,
obviously.
I had nosebleeds for the first 6 weeks because it was so dry, and and constantly, lotions in every room.
Yeah.
Whatever, because my body really said,
dries up.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, I know whenever I go to the coast, my skin just says, I'm so happy with you. And I'm like, well, we're going to go back to Nevada. Once, a long time ago, somebody told me the state motto should be, welcome to Nevada, land of the rock-hard boogers.
Okay.
Well, we are the driest state in the union. We really are.
Oh, is that true?
It is true.
Oh, I didn't know
we
that.
are, of the contiguous 48, we are the most mountainous. And we are the driest. We get the least amount of rain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I do love Nevada. And, the other day when we had the bad wind, again, I said to my sister that Nevada was living up to its state song, where the wind blows wild and free. Yes,
that's right.
That is
That's
true.
true.
That is so true here.
Well, everything about that song is true.
Yes.
It's very true.
Right. Well, I know that so many of us are glad just to be able to see you on a regular basis.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you have a trip coming up.
I do.
And we'd like to hear a little bit about that.
Okay. Yes. Part of my change of location, not vocation, is that I go twice a year to Thailand for about a month each time. And the schedule was that I would be there in March. Hello, it's March. I'm not there. Some things deterred me, so I'm going right after Easter. Very much looking forward to that, of course. Seeing my crew.
Well, they're going to be excited to have you back. I know.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
We are, in the process of choosing our construction team for our new building that we recently received a generous grant for. And so we'll be, I think we'll be voting on that probably around the time I'm there. So I'm on that committee.
Okay.
And looking forward to that and just getting that actually, in reality unfolding. And just seeing our students and our staff and doing some special projects with some of our alumni, and it'll fly. The time will fly.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And we're going to be looking forward to hearing what you have to say when you get back as well.
Great.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And see what's going on, and what you've seen and the progress with happening with the construction and everything. That's exciting to us.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I know we've enjoyed sharing your ministry and your journey through the
Right.
years. And I remember the first time that I even heard about it and had never heard of the Karen people. And you've really brought it to life for us. And we love anytime they can come visit. And so it's wonderful. I feel kind of like family
That's
across
right.
the world. And I know with our group that
Absolutely.
went this fall, even more so.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Something just struck me that I would just like to do a shout out. You guys
Sure.
do shout outs.
Absolutely. Do a shout out.
I'm doing a shout out to your missions committee. How about that?
Okay. Wow.
The reason why is, I met with them last night.
Okay.
Because this won't show till tomorrow. But last night I was with the committee for their prayer meeting. And I'll tell you, I was just incredibly blessed by our prayer time. I was just, it was beautiful. And it was incredibly encouraging for me. I felt their sensitivity to my adjustment, and their desire for things to go well for our program and for me. And I just, honestly, it wasn't your old run-of-the-mill thing. It was a very, very encouraging and special time. So it's wonderful to be greeted that way as I make my way into the fabric of the body here. So it was just real good. So there you go. That's my shout out.
That's good.
Thank you. Excellent. That was a wonderful shout
was
out.
fantastic.
Beautiful. All right. Okay, well, let's get into the things. And the first thing that I want to bring up, because this has happened through the years, and with digital things, happens so often, we want you to be aware of a scam alert. And this is nothing new, but they tend to ebb and flow. I received a text Thursday or Friday, supposedly from Ian. And the body of the text was well written, and it even sort of made sense. He and I are a little more casual. It was a little more formal, but it made kind of
It was
sense.
too formal for
It was
him,
too
though.
formal.
I got one too. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
It signed off Reverend Ian Hodge.
Yeah, that
That was a
Right?
clue.
That was the clue. And so and Ian would never sign anything off that way. He just wouldn't. But if you receive an email or a text or a phone call saying, oh, we need help for something, an errand, buying some gift cards, we need money, whatever it is, don't even respond to it. You need to delete that.
Right.
And contact the person who it assumes to be, and let them know. And if there really is a real thing, then that person will let you know, no, I really need your help, but almost guaranteed it'll be a scam.
What's funny is I was having lunch when I received mine. I was over across the street eating lunch, and I thought, okay. And I kind of read it going like, okay. But I thought, well, I did respond because I said, I'm having lunch. I'll be back as soon as I can. And I cut my lunch short and ran back there. And I said, Ian, I got this. Is this really from you? And he goes, oh, no, it's not.
Right.
But see, I did the wrong thing. I responded
Right.
to it.
Don't.
And I shouldn't have
because then
done
they know
it.
it's a live number. And the other thing is, please never
Right.
give out anybody's phone number, ever. If somebody wants to get a hold of somebody and they're asking you in person, just say, give me your phone number and I will give it to them. So just things we have to do to be safe.
That's right.
And they are very proficient at what they do. And it's not just the elderly who might get taken in by it. They're really,
Well,
really good at it.
I did.
All right. Let's go on to some more fun things, though, because we have a lot happening. We are, we're well into Lent, and there's a lot of good
Absolutely.
things happening. But prior to talking about Lent, even though we are in that season, starting this Sunday, March 15th, first off, we have Teen Pact is joining us. And Teen Pact is a group that teaches young people about our government and how to be good Christian leaders within their communities and so on and so forth. And it's a really amazing thing. So they joined us last year, I believe, when they were done with their week.
Right.
And it was the week we had, I'll tell you, you're going to bring up the next thing. And they said, we want to be here on that Sunday.
Yes.
So welcome our Teen Pact folks. There'll be a lot of young people this Sunday.
Absolutely.
Welcome them as they worship with us. But what is happening after church?
We have the baked potato bar. I'm excited.
Right?
It's awesome.
Right.
And we're going to have all kinds of toppings. That's if you bring some.
That's right. Bring the toppings.
We need it. We need toppings. We do.
So here's our question, Lou. I'm going to hand this off to you. First off, two questions. One, do you like baked potatoes? And if you do, two, what are your favorite toppings?
Yes, I do like baked potatoes. But, I like the baked potato jacket. That's my favorite part of a
Oh.
baked potato. Now, I know
Well, the
that
skin,
sounds...
yeah.
Yes. the jacket,
It's the most nutrient
skin.
part, too.
I was trying to be,
Well,
Anyway.
Jacket sounds so
I know
much.
much
No,
better.
I'm
from Montana. Skin.
It is skin.
We're being
And in
picky up over
and
here.
in Asia, they don't eat the skin of a potato. They think it's not clean. Anyway, it's funny. But anyway, I do. What would I like? I'm kind of I'm sort of just a normal. I like all the regular things that any topping that they provide. Yeah, I mean, I really do. But I'm also an experimenter. If there's something new and different, I would give it a go.
Tell them what I think Joe's going to bring something.
Yeah,
isn't he?
so Joe already made some smoked pulled pork. It's sitting
Right.
in the freezer at the moment. He'll get that warmed
I'll
up.
be there.
So smoked pulled pork. We'll probably bring some barbecue sauce. We have a baked potato restaurant in town now. Did you know that?
Yes, I haven't been, but I've heard
So
of it.
one of them is right down the street from us, and they have all sorts of wonderful things. But whatever we get to put on our potatoes
That's
is going
right.
to depend on what you bring. So bacon bits or green onions or cheese, whatever, what we have, we get. But they did. The Teen Pack people especially said, we want to be there when you do the potatoes. We said, absolutely.
So they are. That's
Absolutely.
awesome. And those kids, I shouldn't say that those young ladies and gentlemen are
Right.
just incredible. I listen, I like to visit with them, and they're so, it makes my heart warm to know our future is going to be with them. They're going to have us.
Wow.
They're going to take care of us.
Right.
We used to have it, they would come here to the Family Life Center, but we have something else in there right now. But they would have they would sometimes have lunches in here.
Right.
And things like that. But just to see them in they're dressed so professionally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just wonderful to see those are our future leaders of our
Yeah.
country.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, well, one last thing happening on March 15th after service. Grab your baked potato, get your toppings, and head to the fellowship hall if you want to be in on the planning for the May 4th preservation tea that will benefit the Old Sanctuary Preservation Fund. And we're seeing what's happening with that now. There's some
Right.
great work happening out there with the repointing and
Correct. And if you haven't seen the newspaper today, it's on the front
Yes.
page.
Wow.
And it says, new life being brought historically to our town.
right.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's a huge picture of it. And I got the goosebumps right now because I literally did. I'm just like, it's just a part of our history, and I think it's awesome.
It is.
We're preserving it.
Yeah, yeah. Eco on Facebook asks these interesting questions occasionally. And the other day they asked, what's something surprising about your church that people don't know or just are surprised about, whatever. And this is where my mind goes. I said that our original church was partially funded by Mark Twain, which it was, and
Right.
that's something very unique about our church. And it's just nice to see it being preserved, and
Right.
I love the red brick. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on. So what can people purchase, Stuart?
So you can order your Easter lilies, and those are in memory or honor of someone who is to be displayed in the sanctuary and on Easter morning. So the lilies are beautiful, and they'll be, as we enter the narthex even, you'll see a bunch of them. But when you enter the sanctuary, it's just going to be full of Easter lilies, and it's not only beautiful, it smells fantastic. So, and it's to honor your loved ones and memories.
Well, it's such a joyful expression of Easter morning.
It is, and I think it's awesome. Right. And so the cost is going to be $11 per plant, which is inexpensive in my opinion. And you can take it home after the service if you've purchased one.
Right.
So.
Okay. Well, now we have our upcoming Lent and Easter schedule, and let's go ahead and get through that. Some of this is just dates. March 29th is Palm Sunday.
Yes, it is.
We love that. Triumphal entry and waving the palms and hallelujah and exciting. April 2nd is Maundy Thursday. We're having a 6 p.m. soup supper and a 7 p.m. worship and communion.
Correct. And then on April 3rd, we have a Good Friday. On Good Friday, the sanctuary is going to be open, Sherry.
Yes.
And Lou. It's going to be open between 11:30 in the morning until 2:30 in the afternoon. And you just come in and you can sit the whole time if you want. Linda Norris, our accompanist, is going to be playing the whole time. And they'll have handouts as well for the folks that will have scriptures that they can look up if they wish to pray with.
So just a time of personal reflection.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So I think it's going to be a wonderful thing. Also, obviously, April 5th is Easter.
Right, and you and I have been working on some things, you more than me, but I'm getting there with what I'm doing. So what's the big thing that's happening that's
totally new for us is going to be, we're going to have a sunrise service, and that's going to be held over at McFadden Square. Or McFadden Plaza, I should actually say, folks. And it's located between the Fox and the Piazza. It's where the water fountain and everything is for the kids. And that'll be put on by several churches within our community. And they will also have different people speaking from those churches.
Everybody's playing a part. Right. It's an interdenominational.
Absolutely. And I think that's incredible.
Yeah, I think a lot of the evangelical churches in Carson are getting involved in this.
Absolutely.
And we had a meeting, and you've had many meetings, and it's going to be really, really wonderful. So that will be the sunrise service. And then at 8 a.m., we have some of the men here are going to be feeding people.
Breakfast.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun.
And then, of course, our 10 a.m. service that a lot of people will wait for that one.
Right.
And we'll have our Easter egg hunt following the service. And we are going to be taking Easter pictures. So we hope to be able to have a nice Easter backdrop.
Right.
And folks who just come in, maybe they're looking for a church service on Easter, we'll get their email addresses and send them the files so they can have a nice Easter picture.
That's right.
And also it might be a sort of a sneaky way of updating.
I was just saying, up our
the directory.
The directory, yeah. We have
and everybody
some
looks
pictures.
their best on Easter. We try to dress it up a little bit. So, anyway. That takes us to the end of everything.
Yes, it does.
But I just want to say, Lou, we loved having you here.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to pass. Well, no, I'll ask you one more question, then I'll pass it off to you. Oh dear. Do you have a favorite Easter memory from when you were a kid?
Wow. Well, I think when I think of Easter memories, I think of the photographs our family would take at Easter, because we always took an Easter photograph too,
Well, that's good.
And my grandma would buy Easter dresses with purses and hats for us kids. We're talking a long time ago here. And we would often take a photo in front of her home over on Musser, over here. And anyway, I think when I think of my memories, it's that new dress and with a purse and a matching hat, which now I would never do, but back then that was a big deal.
Absolutely. Now, I would probably do the matching hat and purse because that's why I'm. You know what, though? We want to see your childhood Easter pictures.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That would be wonderful. Please send, and I will give you my email address here, sherry@fpccarsoncity.org. We want to see your childhood Easter pictures. That would be lovely.
Mine are on a ship on their way here.
We'll wait for yours. We will wait. Now, when you get back from your trip, will that at least coincide with the trip so that you can, or is it going to come and you're going to go?
Well, my shipment has been delayed 3 times. And this last time, I was told that due to the war that we're in, that has also messed up the arrival. Plus, perhaps I can expect extra money I'm going to have to give because of the extra security they're having to do at the ports of call for these ships coming in. So anyway, my stuff is I don't know. It's supposed to. It should come in May sometime, I think.
All right. Well, we will, as always, hold you in our prayers, but for some very specific things, for travel, and that your things would get here quicker rather than later, and with less money put out and all of that.
That's right.
All right, but we just want to say thank you for joining us for this special edition of The Scoop, and if you enjoyed this and you'd like to see more people in, let us know.
That's right.
Or if you just want Lou here more, because we do.
No, she's like, no.
Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Talk to you later. Bye.
You've just
FYI,
experienced it.
Stuart made the blooper.
Did you see her face? She was like slapping me with her hand.
Yeah. Jeez. Okay, you're going to talk about Easter lilies now.